Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Let's get to 130,000 subscribers here on the Dallas Cowboys Report. We are, we'll call it 4,500 away here from hitting that 130K mark. I want to get there because I want to double up that poverty franchise, the Washington Commanders. And if you want the best Cowboys coverage on the internet, come to the right spot here on YouTube. So subscribe right now. This is the Dallas Cowboys Report by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. The Cowboys, they made some moves. We know their roster moves that they made today. They got Tyreek Hill. No, I'm kidding. They were never in the conversation for that one. Although, wouldn't that been fun? At least the Eagles didn't get him. But they did bring back a rotational piece along the defensive line. He is re-signing with the Dallas Cowboys. It's Carlos Watkins. Forgot to mention the name like an idiot. Watkins is re-signing with the Cowboys. We don't know the exact contract details. In fact, we only just got the Dante Fowler, James Washington ones earlier today. It's a one-year deal for Watkins. It'll be cheap. This will probably come in at the $1 million, maybe $2 million range. I don't foresee the Cowboys spending anything more than that on Watkins, who, make no mistake, is pretty good for the Cowboys last year. He's not a pass rusher. You're not going to put him out there on your third downs and say, go get the QB. That's not what he's going to be paid for. That's not his role. That's not what they ask him to do. But he's a decent run stopper, and he helps you feel a little bit better about your defensive line rotation. In terms of your true run stoppers, it's not really Neville Gallimore, not really Osa Odigizua, not really Tristan Hill. You're hoping for more from Quinton Bohanna this year, but hey, he's a 6th-round pick, so you can't always win those. Watkins gives you a rotation piece along your 4 or 5-man front rotation that you always want to have. So it's not going to be an expensive contract. It's not. It's going to be cheap. He'll be here and will probably make the roster as one of your back-end defensive linemen, just like he did last year. But amid all those injuries, for Gallimore, for Hill missing time, Watkins did outperform pretty much everyone's expectations. I wasn't sure he was going to make the roster. Felt the same way about Jaron Kearse, and we know how that turned out, thank goodness. So Watkins is fine as your defensive line depth. Should he preclude you from, if you find the right guy in round 1, from drafting somebody or even in round 2? No. But it gives you enough help that you're not in dire need of having to take another top 100 defensive tackle. So grade the re-signing for me. A, B, C, D, or F. It's at least a B. You guys know me. I'm never going to be mad at one-year cheap deals. Just that I want more than one-year cheap deals. So this is going to, head down to the comment section. Let me know. Grade the re-signing A, B, C, D, or F. We got some contract details here, by the way. First up, Dante Fowler. Then I'll just mention the James Washington one here. Fowler's deal, it's not $5 million. I know that was report. It's not the case in any capacity here. It's a one-year deal worth up to $4 million. He's got a $1 million signing bonus, $1.5 million, I think mostly guaranteed base salary. Roster bonuses per game of $500,000. Now on the cap, it's not going to count all the way on that one. It's not how the numbers work out. The cap number this year is $2.9 million. So he's not quite getting the full roster bonus because he missed some time last year. If he does play all his 17 games, it'll count for an extra, couple $100,000 or a couple thousand on next year's cap. There's also incentives, $500,000 for 8 sacks in playoffs, another $500,000 for 10 sacks in playoffs, by the way. And I'll make note, James Washington just got his contract details. Pretty much fully guaranteed base salary of less than $1 million. He's going to count on the cap at $900K. James got a fully guaranteed vet minimum. So these two signings, because we are still in the off season, where only the top 51 contracts count, in total, your salary cap space has dipped by about $3 million. That's it. That is it. So as expected, 2 super cheap contracts that you should feel pretty good about. It's just, spend a little bit more than just the super cheap ones. Now, today's show is also on Rumble, and the Cowboys Report is on Rumble with all our videos going up there as well. Follow us. Help us catch our Giants channel, our Raiders channel, and we're in the bottom third, by the way, which is really disappointing because this is the Cowboys. Come on, this is America's team. Go support us on that video platform. All our videos go up there as well. Plus some after-hours segments where I can drink a little bit more and curse and not get in trouble with the YouTube powers that be. Go follow us. Rumble.com/CowboysTV. The NFL draft is almost a month away. It's coming up real quick there, isn't it? And Mel Kiper has put out his latest 2022 NFL mock draft. Let's break down the Cowboys pick, who you might not have heard of. First up, some notable guys off the board. Kenyon Green is gone. Jameson Williams is gone. Devin Lloyd is gone. Trevor Penning is gone. Linderbaum is gone as well. So, household name Tyler Smith is the pick for the Dallas Cowboys. And if your reaction is, who? I understand. Not someone we talked about. Not someone I think the Cowboys are going to take. But I am familiar, of course, with the prospect. That's kind of my job. I could see Smith sneaking into the first round. He has immense upside as a left tackle. The size, the athletic ability, the movement skills, the length, all of the traits that you want in a tackle who could also play guard for you is there. His production at Tulsa was pretty good. We'll use PFF's numbers here since they're the only ones who ever do linemen. Great run grades, only a couple sacks, couple hurries. What's not shown is this part. As a player right now, I can't put him out there. If we were mad about Connor Williams' penalties, you're going to hate Tyler Smith. 13 penalties, or was it 12? One of those two this year at Tulsa. That's college. They don't call holdings in college. Never happens. So his issue is his technique's a disaster. He keeps his hands down way too low, so he's late getting there. He doesn't shuffle his feet properly. He just kind of defaults too often to, I'm just going to grab you. And that's holding. So I don't want him out there year one. I don't think I can play him. In 2 years, he's young, by the way. He could be my franchise left tackle. Or the technique never gets fixed, and he's a huge bust. So if I get him in round 2, I'm all for it. Round 1, not so much. So do you like the pick of Tyler Smith? Let me know in the comments section how you guys feel about the addition of Smith if that hypothetical scenario does go down. Do you like it? Y for yes or N for no? Hypothetically, and this was the argument in favor from Mel Kiper, you put him at left guard, and you replace McGovern, who your O-line coach doesn't like, by the way, even though your scouts loved him. And then down the road, he replaces Tyron Smith. In a ideal world, that's perfect, right? You're getting two birds stoned at once. You take care of your left guard spot, and you're taking care of your left tackle spot long term. I just worry he's not going to develop the techniques that you need it to be long term. There were other players on the board, by the way, in round 1. Zion Johnson, that's the route I would go. I like Johnson a lot more as a left guard. He's not going to be a tackle for me, but as left guard, that's the route I would certainly go. George Karlaftis, if you want to go edge, that's fine, although I think that might not be your best fit opposite Tank Lawrence. Traylon Burks, if you want to put him in the slot, have CeeDee Lamb out there. Mel mentioned David Ojabo. The torn Achilles, I don't think so. And Nakobe Dean was also on the board if you want to look at linebacker in round 1 for the Cowboys. We will do plenty of NFL draft coverage here on Chat Sports on the Cowboys Report. If you've got any questions on prospects, I'm not done yet. I've got a lot of the guys you'll probably ask about. If you get really deep into the weeds on day 3, I'm not going to be there for another 2 weeks or so. Hit me up on Twitter, though, at WhatGoingDowney. And make sure you're subscribed. That way you don't miss out on anything we have for you here at the Dallas Cowboys Report.